Hello everyone and welcome back to my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Today we're going to be playing through some Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel and we're going to be covering the brand new event which is leveling up, and in that point you're able to then access various new cards. We've got the release of the brand new Nordic monsters which I'm really excited about. They're more advanced, they make the deck a lot faster. We also have the B Trooper archetype that's just been released and hopefully we can get some decent cards from that. Okay, so now we've got the full download completed. Finally, it took me quite a while to do so. It was a big download with the brand new packs, the brand new support, but like I said, I am most excited about all the Nordic monsters. As you've got the Duelist Cup that's just been unleashed, that's been unlocked as of the 15th of August, which was at 2 PM. We'll have a look at the brand new missions. I think that's just for gems. I'll get a new lot of gems. Should be a good idea. Oh, it's only 20 gems, so I think that's just because I've only just gotten into this. We're going to go straight into the Duelist Cup. I want to start playing that immediately this second. Try and build up some gems, try and level ourselves up. Battle with players all over the world and compete for the top spot as the strongest duelist. Rank duels. Climb through the rankings by participating in lots of duels. You can also earn rewards according to your rank. Casual match. Enjoy duels against random opponents using your favourite deck. The duel rooms are gathering your friends and get your game on. You can also duel according to different rules, and the events take part in limited time tournaments with special rules. Okay, so we've got all that information clarified. I'm going straight into the Duelist Cup. I like the animation and the brand new style they have about it. Depending on the rank you achieve in Ranked Duels Season 7, you will start the first stage from a set D level. Okay, so I'm going to start by leveling up to your starting D level in the first stage. I get 200 gems, I get this liberation box, and I get a couple of these reward tickets. Those I've actually mentioned within a other type of deck, so I've actually mentioned that in a previous video and I'll link that below. In terms of what we can use, I am thinking of either Chronomaly or the gimmick puppets. Let's start with the good old Chronomalies. I prefer those to the gimmick puppets. I think they might have more explosive plays, so I'm just going to copy that into the deck slot. We don't have every card we need, but it's definitely not bad. We're starting up at the level of, well, we're at 5, so hopefully we can get to 6, and we'll see what type of opponents we're going to be playing against. This is letting me go and decide the order. I'm going to go second. I always prefer to go second with the Chronomalies, especially since it's not a deck that most people are accustomed to. It's something that I prefer to run. My starting hand isn't too good. I've got a level 5, I've got a level... Oh, actually, I can make the rank 5 Xyz monster. I can make the Matriarch from here. Or I could actually go into the Atlantis, but the problem is I've got no numbers in the graveyard, so it's not going to get that equip effect. And I also have the Ring of Destruction, so this isn't actually too bad of a hand. There are a few plays that I can use. My opponent is using DD monsters. That's going to be a bit tricky. I know they have a range of plays and they're quite difficult to combat, but I know they also have this disadvantage here of the life point costs. They're taking 1,000 points of damage each turn. This same one has a similar effect. This is a fusion summon, but it also requires you to take 1,000 damage during each turn, so if they can't get their plays off correctly, they're going to be taking potentially 2,000 points per turn. They're probably going into the Flame Genghis, which is I think a level 6 monster, and then they'll special summon from that. So no, actually they haven't. They've gone into the Dragonbane King. It's like the Beowulf, so that's actually quite devastating. What should I do here? There are a couple of things I can do. I'm guessing the main thing I can do here, I have, once per turn you can target one face-up monster on the field and one Xyz or Chronomaly monster in your graveyard. That's okay. This can be boosted beyond the Beowulf, so I'm going to be looking at doing that. First thing I'm going to do, summon the Golden Jet. Use the Golden Jet's effect to boost itself up. That becomes a level 5 monster. Special summon the Moai. Use the effect and, well, we could go into one or the other, but I actually think this is the better idea. At the moment, Matriarch is not useful, so I'm just going to overlay these two cards. I'm You have to play this particular card quite specifically, because if you don't, then you miss the timing on its effect and you're actually targeting the wrong monster. Oh, no, it can't be activated unless I have another Chronomaly monster on the field, so that's my bad, that's a problem. I can only set a card, but I do have a backup here. I know that Beowulf likes to destroy during its standby phase. Yeah, you can destroy all cards in the spell and trap zones, but I do have this as protection. So I'm just going to end the turn there. I really can't do anything. I want to keep the Torrential Tribute in hand, just in case he does wipe out everything that I've got. My opponent's going to be taking some big damage this turn. There we go, there's the 1000. I'm actually just going to activate this straight away. Just get rid of Beowulf. I don't want to have to contend with any other effects. I'm just wiping it out. That means my opponent's taking 5,000 points of damage this turn. Yeah, and we both take 3,000 points. That's not too bad. I'm not too fussed on that. I have to pay life points to use these effects. And that's the second lot of 5,000 points of damage all in one turn. Okay, they do get to fusion summon during their turn. That is a bit of a downside. And they are fusion summoning using the Beowulf. So it's going to be quite a powerful monster they're going to bring out. That is the Oblivion King. I'm not quite sure what this one does. Right, so they're searching for a card. They're searching for the slime. This is a brutal slap to the face. I thought I'd actually just destroyed it. I was like, no, it's not destroyed. I could use this effect now, but I think I might have to use it when my opponent is basically summoning this. When they use this effect, the Wave Oblivion King, that's the only way I'm going to be able to use that. This secondary effect is a quick effect by detaching 2 material. I'm able to just negate its effect. I might survive this turn, so my opponent just goes into the Flame King Genghis. That's what I thought they were going to do last turn. I'm still not going to activate that effect. I don't think it's worthwhile. If you guys know what combo I should have gone, please put those in the comments down below. I'd love to know what I could have done to change around the duel. But I think this is the correct way I should be tackling this situation. Like, my opponent again into a second Flame King Genghis. I'm not concerned about that. The only thing I'm concerned about is Wave Oblivion. Although saying that, bring back the Savant Kepler. I don't think it's worth using that either. So Savant Kepler is now on the field, and it's using its ability. Target one other DD card you control and return it to hand. I'm not going to negate that, there's no point. So they're returning their Flame King Genghis. They are going to go into a link play, I believe. This is the link play. Going straight into their monster. Again, I don't think there's point in me doing this. This card is special summon, yeah, okay, so they have the link zones. That might be a bit of a problem for me in that he's now got the perfect pendulum zones. Alright, so you're going to pendulum summon what, exactly? You are... oh dear. Alright, so there's the DDD Supreme King. If this card is dependent, all face-up cards your opponent can't have their effects negated and end this turn. I have to use this effect now. I have to use it. I've got no choice. They forced me to use it. I have to detach both monsters. That is so annoying. It's the only way I can actually stop it. I'm not going to live this turn, but at least it's going to stop my opponent from doing much of anything. Ah, this is why. This is what I should be doing as well. So I'm going to, once per turn, yeah. It's because I only had Chronomalys in, and it's going to gain the power of I'm going to have it just gain the power of my Moai. Okay, it brings it up just enough. This is going to live the attack of the Wave King Oblivion. Yeah, I have to use the Akambaro figures effect. This will protect it. My opponent's just trying to crash. It's pretty stupid. They've lost their monster. That's the only thing I could have done. I think they just wanted to crash and then get rid of my cards. Oh, okay, this is a risk. They can use the Allure of Darkness. If they don't draw into a... Well, they banished a Dark Attribute monster. They were successful in that. Right, this play is going to be a bit dangerous for me. I could go into the Chronomaly monster here. And, right, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use the effect of this. I have to boost this card up. I boost this to... Hopefully this is going to be enough. Yes. Yeah, I was very lucky there. What do I do now? This is tricky. The attack points on this aren't enough. The points aren't enough that I can't do anything. I just have to go straight into battle. I'm going to have to lock this card down. There's a risk. I could have gone straight into with this skeleton, but I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I'm going to set this. What I'm going to do again is I'm going to pay the life points, pay the 1,000, summon this card to my field. You might be wondering why I'm doing this. But the point of this card is, at the end phase, it goes back to my hand, so I'm able to reoccur that protection effect. Yeah, I think that was the smartest call for me. As you can see, my monster is back fresh, and I've got a good starting hand. I know my opponent has the effect of their pendulum monsters, but their pendulum scales are slowly whittling down. This will reduce their ability to bring out some of these pendulum monsters. That's one of the benefits of being able to hold out for your opponent's DD monsters. If they can't respond effectively, you can wipe them out. A lot of them are based on OTK types of effects. Right, so I have the Moai. The Moai is okay, so I'm going to special summon the Moai. Unfortunately, that does have to be in face-up defense position, otherwise I would have used something else. I'm not going to use that to rent tribute, there's no point. I will then go into this monster. I don't get its effect, which is a bit of a shame. I think it only activates if you special summon. And I can only do this by... I have no choice. I'm gonna try and get rid of this stupid monster, the Link monster. That's the only way I can just clear the board. I wipe out their card. It does have an effect. I'm gonna shut down that effect. I'm shutting you down now. There is no way I'm letting that effect go through. I don't care what it is. I haven't read the effect. I just know those Link monsters provide so much advantage that I have no choice but to do this. I'm going to attack with the monster. Well, that's annoying. I'm going to have to boost this card up. Try and boost up the skeleton once per turn, yeah. And I have to use the Moai. Yeah, that's just enough. That is enough to take it out. Wow, that was so lucky. I forgot that was part of the effect. I forgot that it could not only boost itself up, but the other Chronomaly monsters you have. And the benefit of this is it reattaches to my Exceeds monster, even though I don't have its effect in line to use at the moment. If my opponent does much of anything, I'm then able to then recover. Here we go. This is the thing that I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to straight away just attach this, and I'm going to boost this monster up, because this is my key monster. I need to keep it. And what this will do, not only do I get the half attack points boost, I'll have the ability to then negate effects again. That comes back into line. This is what the archetype so desperately needed. And this monster has been a real saviour for me. Depending on what my opponent's trying to fusion summon will depend on what I can react to. If it's got any effects that activate, those will get shut down and negated and destroyed. My opponent's not getting the message, is he? He's continue fusion summoning. I've let me defeat himself. He sent back to the extra deck because he thought he'd get something better. Okay, so he's fusing with the Genghis. So he's going to High King Genghis. Do you have an effect, Genghis? Nope, I will not be using you yet. Genghis, Genghis, Genghis. It's got 2,800 attack points, so that is a bit of concern. If he does summon another DDD monster, I'm then able to negate that effect. This one negates activations of effects. So yeah, I am in a bit of a sticky bind here. I'm going to actually play into that effect. I know what that's going to do. That's going to just trip up his effect. But the thing is that torrential tribute that I've got, I need that to be online. I'm really confused why he didn't actually use the High King Genghis's ability. That is really bizarre. Right. So how am I going to play this out? First thing I'm going to do, I have to use this effect of the Vimelana. I'm going to have to boost this card up. By the Moai's effect. That's perfect. So next, I am going to tribute to bring this out, and I'll leave that torrential tribute. Next, I am going to overlay for my Machu mech. Won't be using torrential tribute here. Then I'm just going to go straight into old battle phase. I have no idea why he did not try and negate this card. It's just so strange. That's the problem with some players. They just see the deck, they think it's explosive, but they don't know how to respond with it. I'm not perfect with Chronomalies, but I have a rough estimate of how they do and what they interact with. And I know roughly when to time things. For example, I knew Machu Mech in this situation would not have been a good idea to start off with. As a secondary monster, absolutely. It's probably the best thing I could have done. And my opponent just had a hand trap, so there wasn't anything they could do. As you can see with Kepler, it's down to a pendulum scale of 6, so next turn it reduces again to a 4, meaning he can only pendulum summon using level 2 and 3 monsters. There's no point in me... You know what, I'm going to use this effect just so I can then re-equip. So I'll do this. I am going to boost this card up. I am going to... It doesn't matter, both the Golden Jet and the Crystal Bones have 1300 attack. But the point is just to keep this card alive. Yeah, and my opponent can't do anything. Nice! I got the eye tablet. This will boost my Chronomaly monsters by an extra, 800 attack points. Go straight into my... This, I'm going to activate this effect. I'm going to quit my Machu Mech. I won't be using the Torrential Tribute. Let's go to the battle phase. And smack. Perfect. As much of a pain as that was, it was a relatively easy decision to make. How many different extra deck monsters did I just face? There's so many in those. Bit of a nuisance, bit of a pain, bit of a combo based deck, but we're out here, we're moving, we're doing well. Let's go for our second match. That one was particularly long. I mean, trust me, that for a combo deck was fine, but my opponent did not know what they were doing. Hopefully this will be a bit of a shorter duel, and we might be able to get out another couple of the Xyz monsters. Still missing the other two, we're missing the Atlantis. Although, saying that, as much as I've been playing the Xyz monsters, I have not been able to get out the Chaos versions of them. I did for the Gimmick Puppets, but not for these. My opponent's playing a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, I'm guessing. What have we got in there? Oh no, this is Supreme King. So this would be like Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, all of those, the Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, the Odd Eyes. Oh no, my opponent might be DDDs again. Yeah, there's a Dark Contract from your deck to your hand, yeah. And obviously, since I'm not starting off the duel, he's basically able to go into whatever he wants without me being able to stop him. I don't, in this deck, run any of the trap effect monsters, the trap monsters, any of the hand traps, because I find them a bit janky. I don't think they work very well with Chronomalies, and you're going to draw into too many of those rather than your basic combo pieces. This hand is much worse than what I started off with last time. I mean, the effects are awful. This one, the Mud Golem, has 1100 attack points, but it just does piercing damage. This adjusts levels to level 6, so you can actually bring out the Atlantis, but again, that's not necessarily a good thing because you don't have that already in your graveyard. You don't have anything to... You don't have a number in the graveyard to equip it with. This is fine. The Caveira monster, that's okay because it does have the ability to zero out your opponent's attack points. Problem is that it can only use its effect when it's face up and it has 0 attack points. I would have had to wait until next turn before using that effect. And this just special summons itself, the Aztec Mask, if you've got a spell card that's been activated this turn. The only card I can really see in here that's decent is the Jelly Cannon, and my opponent really is playing a Pendulum style of deck. These are all Pendulum cards in here. I'm not familiar with them. I have played Pendulum, but there are so many combinations of these cards that I'm not even familiar with what this style of deck is trying to do. I know you've got these hybrid Pendulum monsters like the one that you see here that's half of one thing and half of another, so it's a Yang-Zing and it's a this and it's a that. It confuses me to no end. They have the duck contract, so that means they could potentially be searching for DD monsters every turn, but they do come with a cost of 1,000 life points. This card, they've got these weird symphonic warriors, which they've just added as well. They've got the guitar, and they've got this is another one of those, like, half and half. This is a ritual beast tamer pendulum monster. I don't even know at which point I should be targeting particular monsters. Now they're going to pendulum summon anything between levels of 1 and 6. So that's an entire field. That I don't like. I know what that does. That can search for a counter trap card. These Zephyr monsters are a pain to deal with. I think my best plan of attack currently, I don't have any monsters that are worthwhile using. Yep, there you go. They have gone into this, which means they are going to be bringing out DPE, potentially. They don't have any space on the field, but they've just brought out the Lilith. That's going to let them just summon into something. They're going to go into synchro plays now. They have a well-established tuner monster. So that's a shooting Riser Dragon. That's just one of those synchro climbing monsters. It's not something I'm concerned about.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise in the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, grow hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing. Wake up.
They've got the Alpha Key Fibrax. They're going to be searching out for a tuner monster.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
That's the O-line. When is their turn going to end? So I can have a turn? Probably never. My opponent, for someone who is playing this deck, doesn't seem to necessarily know what they're doing. I mean, they've got okay cards. They have the Predaplant, so they can instantly go into the DPE. They've got a couple of decent cards out, but I can't see anything potentially of what I would consider to be threats. My opponent has... Okay, so now they're doing something. What are they doing with those monsters? Going into another link play? Oh no, it's the Synchro Summon, and they're going to Stardust Charge Warrior, so they get to draw an additional card. And Orion's effect activates because it was sent to the graveyard. I think he gets a token. Yeah, and there's a Mecha Phantom Beast token. There's the additional draw. And here is the DPE. This is the one reason I would probably consider running Call by the Grave, but it's not something that I've actually got at the moment. I started playing on this account quite late. I've been recording on this quite late, so yeah, I don't have most of those types of cards. They use the effect of their DPE. Okay, so they're going to be getting rid of the Predator Plant so that they don't take life point damage. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up. I wish I had Vimada out earlier, because if I had that during the first bit of the turn, I could have negated the DPE. Right, so I've got Ring of Destruction. That is not going to be useful, because they're going to trigger if it's effects, they're going to send it to the graveyard, destroy another one of my cards, and it basically dodges my Ring of Destruction. Only thing I can actually do here, funnily enough, is I can go into the Mud Golem, and with DPE I've got a loss of my attack points by 400. I can only go into the token. My opponent uses the effect of the Health Key Fibrax. I'm gonna go into their Denlong, which I think then searches for a card upon its summon. Yeah, they're going. Yeah, that's the one I hate, the 9 Pillars of Yangtze. That is the counter trap card, which is a pain to deal with. So I'm going to have to go straight into the battle phase. There is nothing I can do. My opponents must not have considered my self to be a threat, otherwise they probably would have reacted by that. I have no choice, I have to set both cards face down. Hopefully if they do go for something, they'll at least leave one of the cards alone. Yeah, I know DPE's effect is going to activate. For you guys' answer, I know it was going to work, but I had to do something with it. First thing they're going to do is they're going to bring about their DPE. Well, actually, no, they're Synchro Summoning. What are you going into? It's a level 10 Synchro Monster. Oh, Baron de Fleur. Another card I absolutely hate facing. Yeah, I think I've lost here. Yeah, they've wiped out my trap card. And since it's one that only activates during the battle phase, I had no chance of using it. They're going to Pendulum Summon. Judging from how things are looking, I think I'm going to lose in this turn. They're going to discard the Fusion Destiny. They're summoning another one of their Symphonic Warriors. Going to Synchro Summon. Going in Ignista Prominence. Target, once per turn you can target one pendulum monster on the field or one card in the pendulum zone, destroy it, and if you do, shuffle one card on the field into the deck. So, goodbye Mud Golem. They've got a clear line of sight, and this is over 8,000 attack life points in damage. This is 150 over that, 8,150 points of damage. Just enough. And they didn't even have to bother with a Stardust Warrior. They could have left that, they could have let that in attack mode. But yeah. It was an interesting duel. I was more than happy with how I played in that one. I like the variety in that. And this is something I've also heard from the duelist community, that then you are getting a variety of different decks at the lower end. But when you get to the higher end of these levels, that's when you start getting, you know, the very standardized types of decks. I can't say I'm angry at that. I enjoy that duel. I thought the combos they did amazing, and I think I actually reacted quite well to most of them. I did try and use the best effect I could. This character's, his name's Lucky Gambit. Is he going to be playing a luck based deck, a dice based deck, Duke Devlin, or is he going to go for a Joey Wheeler style of deck? This hand I'm not actually too sad about. I could actually get my rank 4 monster out not too bad. They has the Mud Golem, that's just the piercing monster that you saw in the previous duel. You've got this Tusper Rocket, which helps to pitch cards, and you can actually reduce your opponent's attack point. I have the Globe, which can actually trade itself in and then special summon any of my Chronomaly monsters, and I've got the Eye Tablet that will boost the attack points of my Chronomaly monsters by 800. The Ring of Destruction is a decent card to deal with from this point. Oh great, I'm facing off against Dragon Maids. I hate facing Dragon Maids. I hate dealing with them. If I go into my battle phase, that will return itself, and then I've got no means of, you know, dealing with it. This is a nuisance, come on. Why do I have to face Dragon Maids? There is an option I can do. I can actually get over this card, but it's going to require knowing. I wish I knew what my opponent had in their hand, because if they didn't have a dragon, they would have quite a lot of difficulty. Oh, actually, never mind. They are able to pitch the right dragon, so they really have a dragon in the graveyard. I have to destroy this card with Ring of Destruction. They've sent the Kitchen Dragon Maid to the graveyard, so they've actually set themselves up. What's that? Old Legacy Guard Dragon. When this card is activated, you target one level 4 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, or special summon it. Right, fantastic. So they're bringing back a secondary Dragon Maid, so I can't really do anything. This one, if this card is normal special summon, you can add a Dragon Maid monster from the deck to hand, so it's able to search for something. What are they going to be drawing into? Yeah. This is not a deck that I usually find easy to combat, so it'll be interesting how I respond this time. I thought, given that they've got Stratos as the main figure character, that they would have been using the Elemental Heroes or a hero-based deck. Why are they Link playing? What are they Link summoning into? That is quite bizarre. What's the point? You can return one face-up card on the field to the hand open. Right. I have no idea why they did that. The Jelly Cannon is not bad. I'm just going to play it simple. I'm going to go straight into Mud Golem. That's if my opponent is going to let me. Oh, they're going to Solemn Judgment my card. Really? Are you kidding? What's the point of going after that card? You pay 4,000 life points for that? Okay. I'm going to try and beat the erratic by a Awaken first. So let's bait them with this. Let's go there. You gonna do anything? Let's bait them there. And let's bait them there. Which of the 3 cards are you going to choose? Tick-tocks on the clock. Yeah, I knew it. They were going to use the effect. Which one are they returning? Oh, they're just returning their card. I thought they were actually going to return mine, but they weren't fussed over mine. They've summoned this monster to the field. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target a level 4 or lower Dragon Maid and special summon it. That is a pain. Then with this one, if it's normal special summon, you get to pitch a Dragon Maid card from the deck to the graveyard. So they're just setting themselves up again. They're pitching their trap card and then banishing it. They've special summoned the dragon, but it's going back to the hand. I think I might have to wait until my opponent does anything before I respond. There's no way I can instantly just go straight into Ring of Destruction. It's not going to do so much damage. Be nice if I can exchange one of those monsters for one of my opponents. There's no point in activating it yet. With that card's effect, they're just going to revive the monster. And then it uses its ability to pitch another Dragon Maid monster from the deck to the graveyard. Who are they going for this time? Oh, they went with the spell card. The Dragon Maid Changeover. So that's the fusion spell. They're going to fusion summon now, using that. I'm prepared for it.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy.
The Earnest has its effect. What does Earnest do? Cannot be destroyed by card effects while you control a fusion monster. As a quick effect, can you do... You can discard this card and special summon or a Dragon Maid monster from your hand. Okay. So it's able to bring out the smaller form of its Dragon Maid. From here, he's going to fusion summon using those two Dragon Maid monsters. I have no choice. I have to activate the Ring of Destruction. I know it's going to get negated and it's just going to swap, but it's really the only thing I can do. Yeah, here we go. It's time to trigger it.
Off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Right, so my opponent has drawn into that card. I know what that does. It has the ability to boost their cards up by 2,000. Yeah, so I've got to be quite careful on that one. My opponent's gone straight into the battle phase. Should I activate it? Should I not? No, I'm not gonna lose 500. It's 500 points of damage. It's not enough to want me bothering. What I'm gonna do here? Right, I can do a couple of things, but I don't know whether they're going to be enough. I don't think, given what I've got on the field, it's going to make that much difference. I can't special summon anything. I've got the Tusper Rocket, which is a 4. I've got the Globe, which is a 4, but I can't special summon them both. I can normal summon one and substitute it for another card, but I can't even go into my Chronomaly monsters here. I need Crystal Bones. I need Crystal Bones. If I can get that card out, if I could get the special summon, I'm good. No, that card does not work for me. Target one exceeds monster card you control or in your graveyard special summon. Oh, I don't have any monsters for it. I can't do anything with that card. I've got no choice. I can either go into Tusper Rocket, but the problem with Tusper Rocket is as soon as I go into battle phase, it's just going to switch out for the other card. Then I'm going to have to tribute this card. I'm going to have to go for something decent. No. Oh, the Ash Blossomed. The Ash Blossomed. Oh, that's painful. And now I can't do anything. I've got no cards that I can't do. Oh. Okay. I'm going to set this card just as a way of scaring my opponent. But I'm just going to have to end my turn. Realistically speaking, if they go into their dragon monster next turn, I can at least send that back to the deck. Any other play they do, I can't do anything to major. I can only hope they haven't drawn into anything lethal. My opponent does have 1,000 life points left, so they do have to be quite careful. Here we go. We got that card coming back, the fusion card. It's being returned. Please don't bring out the shield. I don't need that card. If that card comes out, I'm going to be stuffed. What is that card? What does it do? What does Dragon Maid Hospitality? Special summon one Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Then send one Dragon Maid monster with the same attribute but a different level. So it's sending the dragon version of itself to the graveyard. So you're returning with this one. This one will then pitch another dragon monster from the deck to the graveyard. So what put in there? Yeah, now they've got Paw, so that's another one of the dragon monsters. That's a pain. They pitch the trap, and with the trap card's effect, by banishing it, they're going to do something else. What they're going to do? Special summon a Dragon Maid monster. Oh no! So they've brought back the fusion. They're going to use the fusion's effect. Well, actually, they're going to fusion summon with something. This is probably going into the Shiro, which is a card I really did not need to see. Because even when I negate its effect, it can just swap itself back to the extra deck to bring back the Dragon Maid. Yeah, the Shiro is out. Come on, please, please attack. Just go into the battle phase. Just go into the battle phase. Just attack. They have enough damage on board to defeat me the second. If they choose to move everything to attack mode, they'll absolutely, if they choose to... Okay, they've got everything they need online. Unless I can defeat that Shield now. Fine, that's it. That's okay. That's a relief. They must think the back rows I've got aren't going to do anything. Okay, so they're substituting for their dragon monster from the graveyard. Yeah, now I can see why they're that confident. They're just trading in all their dragons. Yeah, I've lost. There's nothing I can do. If I could have drawn into a better card, if I'd not been Ash Blossomed, I could have done something. But as it was, I had no choice. Yeah, I can only activate and the second I do that, they're just going to trade in that monster for the other fusion. Yeah, it's going to substitute itself. Yeah, and then the housemaid comes out. And I've fallen down the well. Oh well guys, that was something to say the least. It's fine. I really suck at dealing with that particular archetype. I know roughly how it plays because I have faced it quite a few times. You do have quite a few duels with it. Hopefully we can do something to manage. Hopefully we can get another victory. Then I'm going to see what kind of cards we can get. I'm going to see to trying to pick something up. Some of the new Nordic monsters. I'm going to go second. My opponent is a Japanese player, I think. These tend to be quite advanced. in what they do. You do get a couple of gimmicky rogue decks, but for the most part you do get very competitive meta style of decks. This hand isn't bad. The Chronomaly Temple, this is the first time I've actually drawn into it in this particular episode. I keep drawing into this card, even though the Soul Monolith I can't do anything with. This just lets me target a level 5 monster that's already in the graveyard and special summon it, so it's a 1 card access to that Chronomaly Machu mech. My opponent is running an Ancient Gear / a Infinitrack deck. So yeah, that's what it is. They're running that style of deck. Okay. That's not bad. I know what they're playing. I know how Ancient Gears like to play. I know they've got the big fusion monsters that they want to go into. I know these Infinitracks like to go into their link plays. Okay, so they've got Gear Gigant X. They're going to search for a machine type monster by detaching. Has to be a level 4 or lower. So they've searched for the Ancient Gearbox, and through its effect, they can search for another Ancient Gear monster. That one I think has the ability to discard and then actually bring out the Ancient Gear Golem. Right, I'm going to have to play this a little more ruthlessly. Nebrodisk isn't bad. Nebrodisk is actually something I could do, but I just don't think it's relevant for the time being. I would rather special summon the Crystal Bones part. But saying that, Nebrodisk is really good. Then I'll use this effect. Hopefully they don't have an Ash Blossom. I'm going to bring out the Tusper Rocket. And I use the Tusper Rocket's effect. What am I going to do? I have an option. I have so much variety to go into, but I think the best thing I could do for the time being, I need to be looking at getting as much advantage as possible, so if I get rid of this, I know I could have gotten rid of something a bit stronger, but the problem with doing that is the other cards which are a bit stronger are the ones which are the rank monsters, which cards I really kind of want to preserve. Yeah, and now I've reduced it by 1,000 attack points. I can then normal summon my Nebrodisk. Nebrodisk's ability, I don't know particularly what I want to do, but I think this might be an option. I'm just going to try and beat stick it. I'm going to try and beat stick this deck. Come on, come on, come on. That's it. That's the fella. That's the one. Right, so the power play is to go for this. Then from there I am going to go straight into the Chronomaly Temple. By paying 500 life points I can then do an additional normal summon. I know I'm kind of putting all my eggs in one basket to use this type of effect, and some people will be looking at me thinking, why are you doing that? But actually I'm not going to exceed summon using these cards. I'm going to just normal summon as much as I can and just beat stick my opponent. So I can then tribute summon over my Tusper Rocket. Then hopefully it's going to let me do something else. Should let me revive. Yeah, the Winged Sphinx lets me revive this one. That I'm going to summon in attack position. I could go into the VMEs, but I don't think that's necessarily a good idea. I'm going to start off with just the Nebra Disc. I'm going to be as safe as possible. What are they activating? What is that? What is that? Crusher Run. Oh, that's bad. That's going to destroy something. That wasn't what I was wanting. That was not what I was wanting. It's okay. It's not bad. I can do like a lot. I still can do a lot of damage. That's 2,100 points. Hopefully my internet connection keeps me up and running. Yeah, I've been able to do quite a bit here. I'm not ashamed of that. I know I lost the Winged Sphinx. I wouldn't have won with that though. My opponent still would have had 400 life points even without trap card on the field. It's not one I know. I'm not familiar with Crusher Run. And okay, so that's fine. Thing is, if they go after this Akambaro and destroy it, I'm then able to pay 1,000 life points to bring it back. And then at the end phase, it then goes back to my hand. Okay. This is part of the rank 10s engine. This card is used for rank 10s. This, it has its effect because of that. What they're going to summon through this, they've already used their normal summon. You cannot declare attacks the turn you activate this effect except with Exceeds monsters. So they're going to go into another Ancient Gear Ballista. Okay. With its effects, you can add one Ancient Gear monster or one Gear Town from your deck to your hand. You can target one spell or trap card you control and one face-up monster your opponent. Oh, okay, yeah, I know what they're going to do. They're going to activate the Gear Town, they're going to wipe the Gear Town out, destroy one of the monsters, and then they're able to get out any of the Ancient Gear monsters. Really, depending on what they play, I can probably win. Okay, right. They have wiped up my Nebra Disc. Got no attack points for my Nebra Disc. Assuming that they are actually going to wipe that card out. Okay, this is not good. The Wyvern is bad. That is bad news for me. Oh no, Ancient Gear Fusion. Please, may they just be fusing what they've already got on the field and the hands and not anything else. So fusing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is bad. I am going to be taking a massive load of damage here. Yeah, they've gone into the Ancient Gear Giant. Okay, that's got. No, this is exactly my look. Okay, so that's one good thing. I am not defeated this turn, but I will lose my eye tablet. I think that's what they're going. Yeah, they went for that. My monsters then have. Yeah, I've barely lived this. I barely lived this. No. Ah. That is such a pain. There's no way of me actually doing anything against that. That was just so harsh. Ah, that was such a shame. I was so close. But my opponent had that trap card. I wasn't able to do anything. Right. That seems to be the way. That's fine. I'm going to have a quick look at the gems we've picked up. We've picked up quite a few, so we are going to be covering, some of the brand new support. 495 new gems. We've met some conditions. Let's get ourselves some packs. The Gold Duel Pass will cover this. Just claim our reward. It's just the rare gem thing. There's 6 of those. In the shop. Let's go to shop. Let's go shopping, guys. Yeah, I know what the shop does. Thank you very much. I don't need the full details. Right, so we've got the bonus pack. We're going to first start off with We've got Invincible Raid. These introduce the B Troopers, the Nordics. This is the new pack. I was looking at this one. These have the Dynamorphias, the B Troopers, the Norse cards, the DD cards. There is a Norse card in here. This one, Technistia, so that's one card. But nothing else particularly useful. There's a Crystal Beast. Go for pack 2. Jurassic World, Technistia, I've got a second one. D7 Kepler. Oh, I've got a Dynamorphia Domain. As exciting as that may sound, I just don't want the I wasn't focused on the Dynamorphia cards. I know they have point-based costs, and if you've got 2,000 or less life points, then they gain various effects, but it's not an archetype that I was overly fussed over. Hopefully we get some luck with this, with the secret rares. There's one in here so far. Oh, there we go. We are rare value, so that's a Crystal Beast card. We did actually get one card that I wanted. It's this one. It's Nordic Smith Evaldi. It's one of the newest support cards. It was one of a series of about 5 cards that I received. There's a B Trooper, a Valkyrian, and a DD card in there. Okay, so we've got Crystal, Sector, Scenery. Not really that fast. Come on, secret rare, what can you give? What can you give to me right now? There's a DD card. This is the third Technistia card I've got. Another Jurassic card. We've got the Corrosive Scales, which is an insect-based support card. Dynamorphia cards. Oh, come on. I need something more than the Technistia. Crystal Release. Okay, so we do have a couple of the support cards for the Nordics. We've got a second copy of the Evaldi. We also have the Nordic Relic Sparling, which is probably the best of the support. Just actually need to get some ASE cards. I think I've actually got 2 support cards that are monsters. I've got the Beast and I've got that card. Valkyrian, Beta, Dynamorphia, Crystal Beast, Topaz Tiger, there's Kepler, the Dynamorphia, and the Asartic monster. Yeah, not what I needed. Celestial Dragon, I don't play Drytrons, I find them very frustrating to play against, and it's not a deck that I find fun. Okay, so this is the ultra rares potentially. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Topaz Tiger, Alpha. Okay, so we got the B Trooper, we got the Shinobi, and a Sarctic Monster, and a couple of the Odaic cards. Yeah, I'm getting trolled here. I'm not getting any of the Nordic cards that I wanted. I got barely anything. That sucks. That was really bad. Let's see if I can cheer myself up with these Duelist Pack Reward cards. I know they're quite limited. Let's get these cards. This is supposed to be quite good. H-East Heart, then we got Legacy of the Duelist. Second pack. Yeah, nothing to write home about. So guys, thank you very much for watching the video all the way through. If you did, I'd love for you to like the video and to subscribe. Please watch the video at the end screen, it really helps support the channel. And until next time, I will see you later.